Hello, good evening, this is Diecast Loon. I hope you're all doing well. And as I mentioned in a previous video from earlier, I said that I'll be doing a challenge video this evening. And the challenge video I've decided to do is your favourite fantasy castings. Now, there's a bit of controversy with this because you either like fantasy castings or you don't. And majority of people that at least I know on YouTube, and me myself to that degree, aren't into fantasy castings. And what I mean by fantasy castings are obviously, you could say, unlicensed cars, novelty cars. So like, for instance, we all know the Bone Shaker comes from Hot Wheels, and alright, there is a real car, and I think they did end up making the real car, and I think this was based on possibly a 32 Ford or a Model T, or it came from a T bucket or something. But this isn't a real car, this isn't a licensed car. So this is one that I've recently done a little wheel swap on, so I just thought I'd use this to give an example. So basically the idea of this challenge is to show 10 to 15 or as many as you like, or as least as you like, fantasy castings. And I thought I'd do this because I can't remember if we've ever done this particular challenge, and I thought it'd be different because it's something that I thought I didn't have too many of, and then I realised that actual facts I've got quite a few sort of novelty fantasy, unlicensed castings. So anyway, so the first one I'm showing is obviously this, which is obviously one I've done a wheel swap on. So it is obviously the Bone Shaker. So that's one of them, and obviously I've got quite a few bone shakers in my collection. I'm not going to show them all now. I'm just going to show my two that I like the most, and this is the one my young son got me a few years ago, a couple of Christmases back, and it is the Treasure Hunt Bone Shaker. Great colour, metal base, nice and weighty. So that is a good start. And most of us have Bone Shakers, and like I said, you'll be surprised. Like I said, you're either a fan of them or you're not a fan of them. I didn't think I was a fan of them, but I've got them in my collection. Same as this. There's another one that I customised recently. This is, I'm trying to think what this is now. It's a Matchbox vintage of some sort of a little look. It's not a beach buggy. It is Baja Buggy, I think. But again, this isn't a real buggy. It's you could say it's based on a real beach buggy, but it's not. This is Matchbox's own version of an off-road buggy, but again, it's not a licensed product. But this is one I recently restored, stripped it, and then customized it. Rather than put it back to factory, I give it my own paint color and my own engine and my own wheels. So that is pretty cool. So again, it's a fantasy casting, it's not a licensed casting. And then one that's quite popular, I know Tyrone from Building the Ultimate Matchbox Collection has a fine collection of these jungle crawlers. I think they're called jungle crawlers. Let's have a little look. Yeah, jungle crawlers. I've got a couple myself. And again, if you didn't know, you wouldn't realise this is, like I said, as far as I'm aware, this is it's an unlicensed casting. So that's the thing with this challenge. They don't have to be novelty castings, they could just be unlicensed castings. So anything to be in this challenge has to be show your favourite or just your unlicensed or novelty castings. So that is a pretty cool casting, and I don't know if it's a purpose thing, but it has suspension. I don't think they've been putting suspension to Matchbox for a long time, but this one seems to have it. I think it might just be a bit of axle flex, but it's still pretty cool. So that's piece number 4. And then one my boy gave me when he knew I was doing this challenge. I think it's called the T-Rex, and he said, "Here you go, Dad, you can have this." So my boy's just given me this from his collection. But and this makes exactly what I'm on about. This is obviously a fantasy casting. Don't even know, it's made by Mattel. That's not made by Mattel. It's made by, I can't read that because I've got too much glare. But you get the idea. So, and then we got this one from Matchbox, which is pretty cool. You can see it's got some pretty cool roof detail, and you've got what looks like some seats. So this would be something that, in a way, these things do exist. You do actually get these going through the jungle. I think it's called the Anaconda. You get these where people get inside them and they sort of go around. You know, sometimes you can have trips where you go off road in these great big. It's a bit like a Paris-Dakar truck, you know, but pretty cool. But again, this is an unlicensed Matchbox's own brand. You know, so that's pretty cool. And that's from, I'm not sure what I think that's from a 5-pack. Can't remember now. Can't remember which 5-pack it's from. And then there's this one, again, with the old Matchbox theme. As you can see, it is a beach buggy. Beach buggies do exist, but it's an unlicensed beach buggy. This isn't a Volkswagen or a Volkswagen product or anything like that. It just says to Baja Bandit, I believe. But again, I don't think this is not a licensed product. It's a pretty cool little piece. I got this because I like beach buggies, so that's why I got that. And then this was from another one from Matchbox. This was from a Rennick 5-pack, and this is, I think this is a tilt and tip. Let's have a little look. Yeah, tilt and tip. And if I remember rightly, it leans like that, or you can pull it right off. But let's just pop it back on if we can. But yeah, so that's tilt and tip. And I admit, I'm not the biggest fan of these. You know, I'm more of a model collector or a toy car collector, whatever you want to call it. But they're a bit of fun. They come in the 5-packs. This is pretty cool because anybody knows I'm a big vintage Matchbox collector, and this type of stuff I like because obviously it's what we had as a kids. You know, so this is the, look, the Hell, really can't see, Hell Razor. Pretty cool, and it's in remarkably good condition. Very nice, what I call survivor condition. But that's Matchbox went for a massive, in the 70s, a massive sort of novelty casting, you know, but the reason I like these is because it just screams 70s, you know, but pretty cool nonetheless. And then we got another one which is in a bag. I've got to pull it out, which is Whoosh and Push. But again, fantasy casting in yellow, and admittedly, you've got to be a toy car fan just as much as you are diecast. You know, you've got to be a proper diecast fan, because let's face it, some of us are just hardcore car fans, which I am. And then you got the all-rounders, which again I am an all-rounder, a diecast fan, you know. So which you know, you like the toy cars as much as you do the real cars, and but again in pretty nice. It's got a few chips, but it's in pretty nice, genuine all-over condition. I'm just seeing if I've got any more to hand. How many have I got? So that's what, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do another couple. Let me just move the camera a minute. I've got any to hand. Got another couple. They're a bit beaten. I didn't really prepare for this very well, if I must admit. But and then we got this one, which is in need of restoration, and it is the Freeman Intercity, which is one I'm going to restore very soon. But again, this is obviously as far. Now I might be wrong. I don't think this is an actual car. I can't. Let's have a little look. Lensley. But I don't know. I don't think it is. But if it is, I apologise. But you get the idea. And obviously this one I just recently picked up, which is obviously a novelty casting from Hot Wheels, and it's from 1980, and I've just got this from a car boot find the other day. That's a pretty cool little find. But anyway, so like I said, I'm sure you've all got more than I have, or maybe you haven't. If you want to take part in this, feel free to it's just a bit of fun. you know, show as many as you want. So 10, 15, 20, you know, whatever. Or if you've already got a couple, show a couple. But anyway, with that, please like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more unboxings, wheel swaps, restorations, and challenge videos in the future. And with that, have fun with this, and I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. And as usual, I thought I'd bring one more out, and this is a perfect example of they can be really pretty cool. This is something I got from a 5-pack. I'm just trying to think of the 5. It's the MBX Off-Road 5-pack, and this sort of got that sort of Gaslands look to it, sort of proper apocalyptic 6-wheeler from Matchbox. My camera's been a bit silly, but very, very cool nonetheless. But anyway, thanks for watching.